This is The Goode Show. My name's Surinder and I'm a military spouse. I've been a military spouse for over 26 years and my guy served 30 years as a Navy SEAL and retired as a Command Master Chief. Now, I've heard a few stories and I've told a few stories and now I am sharing stories. Sit back, relax, grab a beer, grab a coffee and enjoy. Check us out on social media at The Goode Show. Welcome to this week's episode. My name's Surinder. I am your host and you are listening to The Goode Show. Now this is October and I don't know if everybody is aware, but October is Sudden Infant Death Syndrome Awareness Month. And in the United States, approximately 3,500 children every year will pass suddenly due to SIDS. And everybody knows my associate producer, Kim Brinkman.
Hello.
And as we were doing some research, Kim decided she wanted to share her story. So, Kim, this is all about you today. And you lost your daughter, Alia, in 1997.
Yes, I did.
You know, when I met you, Kim, I got to be honest with you. I mean, you conduct yourself like, I don't know, I use the word normal. You know, I couldn't look at you and tell that there had been anything as devastating and as traumatic as this. So, first of all, thank you for sharing such a personal story with everybody. But I want to get a couple of basics down. You're a military spouse. How many years?
20, almost 25 years.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And the end is nigh. I know that. The end is soon.
Yes.
And how many kids do you have?
I have had 7 children.
7 children, okay.
Yes.
We're going to move straight to Alia. So tell us about Alia. Tell us about your daughter.
Alia was born a month early on Halloween of 1997. And she was a tiny little Halloween baby. She was a little over 4 pounds. And she was perfect. She was amazing. She was a little tiny little baby.
Was she first or second child?
She was my second child.
Okay.
I had a daughter first, Christina.
Okay.
And Christina was 3.5 years old.
Okay. Were there any, as you look back, was there anything unusual that you look back on and think, oh?
I mean, she was tiny.
Yeah.
She was a month early. But no, I mean, she was a normal baby. She ate and drank and pooped and did everything a baby would do.
Now, I'm not going to go into the gory details, you know, but I can't imagine losing a child. I've lost both my parents. I know how much that hurts me already. How did you get through it, Kim? I mean, how do you talk to us about this event has taken place and you've got another kid, so you've got to put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was really hard, but you have to focus on your children that you have and focus on the future and focus on living.
Yeah.
And I just kept going and I was strong and I had another child right after her about a year and a half later.
Okay.
And
you just kept moving
I just kept moving forward.
Now, had you heard of SIDS prior to this?
I never heard of SIDS. I had no clue.
And during your pregnancy, at any point, you know, going to the hospital, nobody had ever mentioned anything like that at all? No.
Never.
Well, I mean, I guess, you know, when I went through having my kids, I mean, there was never really a need to mention it either, you know. You now have lost a child and you have other children that are here and present. So there's got to be times, Kim, when you were just, I don't know, in some deep, dark place where you've got to mother. And how do you do that?
I have an amazing husband that supports me. I mean, he was not there when I had Alia. That was with my ex-husband. And then I had another child with my ex-husband after that. But Pat was there since My son was 8 months old, and he has just totally supported me and been there, and he raised all my children with me and supported me through all the trauma, and
He's a good man.
he is a very good man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, even without knowing that about Pat, you can look at Pat and you know that, you know, Pat's a good man.
And just having Alia and having that all happen, it just made me focus more on my children. Everything was all about my children forever.
Do you? I mean, it's coming up to a time frame of an anniversary for you.
Yes.
How do you cope with that day?
I just thank God for what I have now. And she made me a stronger person, and I don't worry about the bullshit and the, the drama. And I just focus on my children and make sure they're okay and be happy.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, as you know, you have children here that need you. So it's, when you honor her memory, when you think about Alia, what do you do to honor her memory?
I think about her every day. I just thank God that I had her, and I think it's made me just a stronger person with my children, and just as a military spouse, and just dealing with all the adversity that we have to deal with in life.
Yeah, yeah, and there's definitely enough of that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what would you want other parents, you know, especially military families, to know about SIDS and how to cope with loss if that is their situation?
You're not alone. You just need to talk about it, and you need to get into groups and read about it, and just talk, and just get out there, and just know that you're not by yourself. And
I think I remember we had a conversation at one point, and I said, you'd said to me that you remember crying for months, you know, after the event. And I think it's important at this point that, you know, whoever is listening understands that you're going to go through that emotional roller coaster and have phases like that, you know. But what would you say to those people? Because did you feel guilt?
I felt no guilt. It's not your fault. There's nothing that you did. She was a perfect little baby. There's nothing that I did wrong in that situation. It just happened. Like,
Yeah.
there's no explanation. They don't have all the research, and they're still studying on this, and it's not your fault. You can't take blame for it.
I think those are really powerful words, because I can only imagine as a mom. I mean, obviously that kind of thought crosses your mind, you know, about what did I do? Could I have done something different, you know? Your children, great kids, kid. Your kids are obviously aware of Alia.
Yes.
Did they ask you any questions in the beginning? What were their questions? I mean, as little kids, I can't imagine that they would be able to kind of understand. And when did you tell them? Is there a, you know?
I've told them all along that on Halloween that Alia was born, and it's Alia's birthday, and I just told them that she passed away, and, you know, and just remember Alia on her birthday, and I've showed them pictures, and I don't try to make them feel bad about the situation. I just want them to know that they've had a sibling that passed away, and just acknowledge that fact.
Yes.
And in case they ever, in the future, have to experience some awful
Yeah, you know, I think that, you know, my mother had a child that was stillborn. And Kim, I never ever knew that until when I was much older and she was much older, and I was thinking, oh wow, you've carried this around, you know. We never spoke about it, you know, but I think there was a lot of culture and other shit that was involved.
I think that bad things need to be spoken about, and you need to be able to talk about it, even though it's like weird to somebody if you say, you know, hey, how many kids have you had? I've had 7, but 1 passed away. I mean, I say that all the time, and it's weird to people, but I mean, that's the reality. That's my life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hide that.
No. I mean, like you said, it is. I can see from somebody else's point of view, because I remember when you told me in the beginning, you don't know what to say.
No.
You know, you don't know what to say. And then I look at you and I think to myself, I can't imagine how on the inside this amazing woman is feeling. You know, it just it.
I feel pretty good. I'm very lucky to have you, have my life, have my husband, have my beautiful children, and I feel pretty good.
Well, Kim, listen, I feel very privileged and lucky to have you on board here as well at the Goode Show. Is there, we've got a lot of notes to give our listeners, a lot of places that people can go to get resources if they've experienced this terrible, tragedy. I mean, if anybody out there knows somebody who's been affected by SIDS, go to our page, click on the link. It'll give you a lot of resources there. Kim?
Yeah, I'll put all the links in the bio, and you can reach out to all these nonprofits and all these places. You can call people 24 hours a day to speak if you don't have someone to talk to, and you can always reach out to us.
Now, you had also mentioned, as we were talking earlier, you'd mentioned firstcandle.org.
Yes.
Explain to us why you mentioned First Candle.
Because my sister-in-law, Becky, and her husband, they donated to this nonprofit, and they put a remembrance of Alia on there, and it's just something that you can just put out there and put in remembrance and just be able to go back to and just remember your child.
Wow, okay. We're going to put these all up there. Kim, do you have anything else that you want to add? I mean,
just, you're not alone. Don't feel like you're alone, and speak about it and ask questions and find resources and
just be aware. Again, this is something that I didn't know anything about. This is the kind of thing that you never think that can happen to you. I mean, it happens to other people, and I just can't, fathom this in all honesty. But again, if you know anybody out there that has experienced this kind of loss, please give them the resources. And like Kim said, please, reach out to us if there's somebody that, you just want to talk. Kim is here, and
take care of your babies and hug them and hold them tight.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Thanks for tuning in this week at The Goode Show. Follow us on your social media. Follow us on Instagram. We'd love for you to subscribe. If you have a story that you want to share, please get in touch with me and Kim, and we'd love to share your story. Today's episode has been brought to you by Compass Military, serving those who serve. So if you are PCSing or if you are moving, Compass Military is the company to go to. My name's Surinder.
My name's Kimberly Brinkman.
And we're both out, and we're going to drink our little Mai Tais. Cheers, go. Thanks for tuning in to The Goode Show. I hope you have been inspired by today's conversation. If you loved what you heard, help us spread the word. Follow me on Instagram @The Goode Show. As military spouses, we all have stories to share, experiences, resources, and support. I want to hear your story and highlight your business. Let's connect, DM me, or visit surindergoode.com to share your journey. Until next time, take care, stay inspired, and keep doing good things.